Hey, what's up everybody? Do you notice anything different about me this week? Maybe in this area? I finally, after 2 years and 10 months, have gotten my braces off. In this video, I'm going to tell you all about my whole experience with braces and things that were crazy, things that were hard to get around, and what it was like when I got them off, most of all. So nearly 3 years ago when I got my braces on, it was Thanksgiving break, and it was like a few days before Thanksgiving, and I got my braces on. It took like a few hours. This is how they did it. They basically, depending on your mouth, they would either put spacers between each of your teeth so you could get more space in between, but for me they decided to skip that step because they said I already had enough space. First they glued on the brackets to each tooth, and then they put a wire attaching each of them, and that was pretty much how your teeth would change shapes because they would tighten that, and on the brackets they would have hooks so that you could hook your rubber bands onto them. The rubber bands move your teeth in whatever way the dentist or orthodontist wants so that you can have a perfect bite. So I guess right now you could say I have like a perfect bite. So when I first got my braces, I really didn't want to smile at anybody. I was just like, I really didn't want braces in the first place. I got my braces because right back here, I had a buckled crossbite, and what that means is that one of my teeth back here, it was like twisted off to the side, and like it was moving into my bone. So my dentist told me that I had to get braces to get it back in its place, and so that they wouldn't have to do like a surgery on me to fix that tooth, because it would start hurting me if it began to touch on a bone over here. And so they wanted me to get braces. That's why I got braces. My teeth originally, they were fairly straight in the front. I don't think I really needed braces to fix like the front gap of my teeth. It was just mainly for this back section. So yeah, I didn't want to smile. I didn't want braces at all. I was like, is there any other way? Do you have to put them on? And they were like, yeah, they put them on. And when I went to the orthodontist, it was just for a consultation, and we were just finding out what happened. And then all of a sudden, oh yep, they can put them on today. And my parents were like, okay, yep, put them on. And yep, I got stuck into it. And then 2 years and 10 months later, they're off. Another thing about braces, so when you would eat with braces, a lot of food would get stuck in between your braces. Anything you eat, it would get stuck in there. Like, you could eat like a piece of bread and it would get stuck in your braces because there's like so many gaps and spaces in between each bracket and in between anywhere that like you would find yourself like with your tongue like trying to get food out, and like it was pretty gross, to be honest. But you know, that's one thing you had to deal with when I had to deal with it when I had braces. Probably a lot of people too. So I would have appointments probably every 3 to 4 weeks, and I would go in and they would tighten my braces. The first few days I got them on, they didn't hurt that much. But a few days later was Thanksgiving, and I couldn't eat like all the things I wanted to eat, because when you first get your braces, you're actually trying to be good. They give you a whole list of foods you can't eat and foods you can eat. Like, you're not supposed to chew gum, you're not supposed to eat Doritos or Cheetos, you're not supposed to have a lot of things. But if you clean your braces properly and if you don't break them, you can get around that. I had a very weird way that I had to wear my rubber bands at night. I would have to put rubber bands up, down, up, and make a W pattern on my teeth here so that my teeth would close like together. And they wanted to get that really perfect, and that's one of the reasons why it took like an extra 10 or that's one of the reasons why it took like an extra 4 months for me to get my braces off. I was only supposed to have them on for like 2 years, 2.5 years. So while I had braces, I had 2 mouth surgeries. One was small and one was a little bit bigger. The first surgery that I had on my mouth, I had to get a supernova tooth that was coming out on the bottom here. It was like a really small piece of a baby tooth that was left in there, or it was just like an extra tooth from somewhere, and it was right down here, and they had to take that out. And then at the back of my gums here, my last tooth on this bottom left side, it was covered with like a gums, like my gums were covering that tooth. So my orthodontist, she wanted to cut it out, like the gums that were over the tooth. This sounds really weird, but yeah, so I got in a small surgery. They took out this tooth. I was awake during this first surgery. They took out this tooth that was down here and they made a cut on my gums. This tooth that came out afterwards, it did not hurt at all. Like, this did not hurt at all. It was this that hurted when they cut my gums. I don't know why. It's pretty much like you have a cut in your mouth. And yeah, and it took a while to heal. It was like squishy. You could feel it like more tender than if you go to the back of your mouth right now. Do this. Like the gums on the back behind your teeth are pretty stiff, right? After that they cut it. It was like tender as like little jello or whatever. If you eat jello and whatnot, it was tender. And I got a cleaning a few days after that, and I had to tell my hygienist to like, okay, be careful, because they just gave me like, I think it's called a gingivectomy or gingivectomy, I don't know, I'm not gonna say. It's called something like that. And so I had to tell her to be careful because they just cut that thing and it's still hurting, it's still sensitive. And she was like, okay, I'll watch it for you. Then the second surgery that I had, I'm gonna insert a clip here. I had to get all 4 of my wisdom teeth out. So when we went there, we decided that we're just gonna do them all in one. So when we went to the consultation at another oral surgeon, we just decided that we were gonna get all 4 of them out one time, one shot. So what they did was they put me under anesthesia and I went to sleep. There's a whole bunch of ways that you can get your wisdom teeth out. I did it this way. They put me to sleep and I went to sleep. This is the story. So they stuck the needle in my hand and they're like, okay, so what are you gonna eat after you have this surgery? And I'm like, yogurt. And then they're like, what kind of yogurt? And I'm like, pineapple. And then like I was knocked out after that. I did not remember anything that happened until after I woke up. And here's what happened when I woke up and going home. I was just mouthless. I couldn't feel anything. I had that thing over my head. So there's a lot of different ways that you can get your wisdom teeth removed. You could go on laughing gas. You could go, they could like freeze your mouth or something. I heard that's another way, but I went under the needle. No, I don't think that's what it means. I just went under the sleep, you know. So then a couple of weeks ago, they finally told me that I was gonna get my braces off, and I was excited. I was like, I wasn't believing it at first, because every time I went into the dentist or to the orthodontist, they would tell me that just a few more weeks, we want to get it perfect, and then they signed the papers. My mom signed the papers for my retainer. I haven't gotten that yet. You pretty much wear your retainer so that your teeth don't keep moving after you get your braces out. And then the day came, so it was a Wednesday after school. I was all ready to go to the orthodontist. I'm like, oh yes, I'm getting them off today. And I went in, they put me down on the chair. They told me, you signed all the papers, you're ready. Are you happy with your teeth? And I was like, yes, I'm ready. And they just started pulling them off. And I was like, is that it? Are they coming off? And they were. Like, when they pulled them off, the whole thing came off, the brackets and the wires together. I wanted to keep them. I asked them if I could keep them, but they said I couldn't keep them. I don't know. I would have shown you in this video right now the bracket piece that they took off. But anyway, you probably wouldn't want to see that because it was in my mouth for 2 years and 10 months. But that would have been cool if I got to keep it. So yeah, after they took them off, they'd pretty much just ripped them off. For me, it didn't hurt. For some people, probably with more sensitive teeth, and I don't know, but when they pull all the brackets off, it would hurt you. It didn't hurt me that much. I barely felt it, to be honest. That was not even like the hardest part. After they take your braces off, they want to like, pretty much they sand your teeth down, or like grind them down and like smooth them and polish them out to make sure that they get all of the glue stuff and all your teeth stuff and whatever. They want to even it out so that it's smooth. And so they started doing that. My orthodontist told me that it's gonna be sensitive down here, and like some of these it's gonna be sensitive, so if it ever hurts, just raise your hand. But I didn't raise my hand for anything, because I guess I'm pretty, because when she got down to these teeth down here, she told me okay, here we go, these are gonna be sensitive, and she started, and I didn't even make any movements or anything, and she's like, oh, so you're tough. And I was like, okay, yeah, I guess I'm tough, because it didn't hurt that much, but you could feel when your teeth were being grinded out, and like, it was weird, because I kind of saw some dust particles flying and like grinding, but now when you lick your teeth, they're just like the smoothest things ever. I haven't done this in like such a long time, and they just feel like slimy. They're not actually slimy, but they just feel slimy because they're so smooth after you finish polishing them. So yeah, that was my braces experience. So brushing your teeth now after you get your braces off is so much easier than before, because when I brushed my teeth when I had my braces on, sometimes the bristles from my brush, they would get stuck inside the brackets of my braces, and I would feel like a little toothbrush bristle like sticking out, and I was like, what is that? How am I gonna get it out? So when that happened, I would like take a tweezers and I would just hold it and pull it out like I was ripping a hair. I don't know if this damaged anything, but like, that was one experience I had with braces. Like, my toothbrush bristles would come out and get stuck on my braces. But now brushing your teeth, it's so easy. You're just like clear as day, and you don't have to worry about anything. Like, just like before you got your braces, it's just awesome. So now that I've gone through braces and I've experienced all that I needed to experience, I would say that it was a pretty great experience. Here is a short montage video of what I look like before braces and then like after braces. I'll probably show you like now or something.
Never curse your name. I keep my lips shut tight until you go. We calm as fire.
So now I'm bracesless. I'm happy and I'm smiling, and I can't wait to live the rest of my life with my new teeth. I'm happy, and so I hope this has got you excited for when you get your braces off, or if you're going to get braces, just don't worry about it. No one cares, you know? There's like millions of people who've had braces, It's like a normal thing. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you could leave that down in the comment section below. Please be sure to like this video and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Also, check out the rest of the videos I made on this channel. And so yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Bye, and I'll see you guys next week. Yep, that's all. Bye.